What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Greg Gray, Dope Living TV, live. That's where we're at. That's what we're doing, okay? Let me start this off by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. Also, this is the last day of Black History Month, so let me represent real quick, okay? So today I was supposed to be on my good friend Kevin McLemore's podcast. I forgot that we were in we aren't in different time zones, but normally when I do the show, I do it for Central. So I was planning that time and I was wrong. And I hope I didn't cause him too much discomfort on that. So I'm saying right here, national. I apologize, bro, Kevin. Okay, it was on my part. It was bad on my part. I thought I was ready. I was ready. But you had probably, when I was ready, the show was probably over. So silly me. My bad. Make it up to you, bro. Big time. Trust me. Hey, I wanted to also show you guys this picture real quick. This is a picture way back in the 90s something. All right. So if you look like on the people that's standing, the third from the right, that's me with my good friend Rick Party from WGCI. If you look with the guy that got his finger up all the way up in the air, that's Cootie. He's the one that's doing the documentary. He's narrating the documentary of Kanye West. All right. If you look down on the right at the bottom, that's Malik Youssef. If you look next to the guy with the finger pointing up, that's Deion Cole. All right. We had a brotherhood back then. All right. It was a thing where everybody in Chicago and you know the region were always getting together and supporting one another, right? So I showed that to show that, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on now. That was history, and I've been convinced to tell my history about a lot of people. So I'm going to tell my story, and it will be televised. All right. So everybody with the 925, y'all watch out. I need y'all, and everybody, we need to keep supporting each other. Okay, we don't need to let Black History Month end on the last day of the month. Black history continues 365, 24/7. And we need to support, just like all of us supported each other back then. We need to support each other now for the adventures and the things that we're doing. Again, Kevin, I apologize. I got mad support for you. And that was on me. Carl Ramsey says, y'all need to show some of these new cartoonists. Let's get them up then, bruh. Put them on. We'll do it. Let me start off by saying, what's up? Marcelo, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
I am great.
Good.
Like history, you know.
Oh, yeah. And like you said, we celebrated 365 days a year.
65, 24.
That's right.
You got to do it, all right? And it's going to continue, trust me. At least it's going to continue on here. Everybody say what's up, Lee.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Maurice, how are you?
Hey.
No, what's dog?
Huh?
Moby, what up, dog?
What's up with you, man?
Yeah, I'm chilling, man.
What is in that picture back there? Hi, Brenda.
I'm in the jungle.
Everybody say what's up to Kevin McLemore.
Hey,
Kevin, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Hey, what's going on? Hey, great.
Yo, bro.
No problem. We got that again. You don't have to tell everyone our business.
Hey, you know what, Kevin? I am famous for telling everybody our business. So
I know that.
But you know what? The thing with the thing is this, and this is another lesson, everybody. When you're wrong, and admit it. All right. Don't make excuses for it. If you're wrong, you're wrong.
I didn't sweat it. I don't sweat it.
Yeah, I know you didn't. But me, like I said, I feel a certain way. I got to do what I say I'm going to do. I try to live by that. And although I was ready, I was wrong because I'm thinking Central Time. Everybody's on different times, and I got to remember that next time.
Yeah.
So
Moby moved into Mar-a-Lago. Look at him.
Let's see.
Actually, there's a house in Nashville, man.
All right.
How do you know? How do you know who owns that house?
Well, it was we were doing some real estate hunting.
Yeah.
And
get that house.
This was one of the ones.
Get it. I'll be honest.
Actually, no. That's my wife actually pulled it for some inspiration to do a room in a house that we have the room to do it in. Yeah, that right there is
nice.
It is nice.
Hey man, put that on your vision board, man.
It's on there already. That's where I pulled it from.
Put it on the vision board. So today,
what's going on, Kevin?
Nothing much. Still black.
Ha.
Yeah. Today we're going to do some relationship. We're going to have a young lady who's doing some fantastic things, and I thought I would bring it out there. She's in our city. She's got this event coming on. I wanted to put that on before we did the spoken word because it's very important, and it's in the city, like I said. But it's a very important event. It's very a reason to celebrate. I mean, it's a reason to be sad, but it's a reason to celebrate too. Marcy, you want to talk about it for a second?
Yes, it's a black tie affair, and it's in Gary, Indiana, March 12th, and it's celebrating some of our Black leaders in our Northwest Indiana community. And the honorees, there are 3 honorees. There's a young lady, and Kim the young lady who's coming on. We'll talk a little bit more about it. This is a young lady that took tragedy and is making it into something that's not as tragic. Instead of just wallowing in grief, she's getting out there and to help other people and that might be going through something like that, and to help other youth. And she's a very young lady, which is just inspiring. And again, Kim will talk about that. Another one of our honorees for this event is Miss Pam Key, and she's working with women and doing excellent things with homeless women and other things. And again, Pam will go through that. Then there's a Pastor Anthony Williams, and he does so much for the community, like feeding the community. He's built a youth center on to his church, and he's 3rd generation pastor within this church, and just doing so many things. Like when Kim will explain and go more into depth about that, but when we're going through the pandemic and so many places are closed, he's continuing to get out there and to help the community. He refused to shut down just because of the pandemic, because just because there's a pandemic does not mean there are not people out there that still need help. If anything, that's when more people need more help. Yep. And these 3 people are really doing positive things within the community, helping people. They're all low key, and unless someone really will tell you a lot about them and what they're actually doing individually, you really wouldn't know. They go about doing what they have to do. People know when it comes time to need the resources and all. But there's a church, the young lady, Kimberly Roddy Norton, who's going to come on. Her church is the one who decided to start celebrating some of our Northwest Indiana leaders. She will go more in depth into that. All proceeds for this black tie affair will go to a scholarship fund, and we'll go more in depth with that as well. And those are some of the things that we're doing right now.
Very good. Very good. So we'll be talking with Kimberly Roddy Norton in a little bit. All right, everybody say what's up to the Queen, Gina Gadsden.
Hey, happy Monday, everybody.
Hey,
happy Monday.
What up, dog?
Hey.
What up?
Next week, the International Year of the Woman coming up.
International Year of the Woman. That's what's up.
Next March 8th.
That's me and you,
okay.
Marcy.
Okay. So what are you guys gonna do special for us?
Pardon me?
Family members. Look, right, Gina? We're the only 2 women on here.
I'll be waiting on my jewels.
We're gonna recognize you.
Yeah.
Brenda said her
My
too. Hello,
jewels.
Brenda.
We will recognize your thizzle, my nizzle. But well, I don't know anything about International Women's Day, so you
I'm gonna have to look that up. I had never heard of that. Had you, Gina?
I did an interview today about that, and it's about understanding the woman's role.
That's right.
As far as the benefits that she provides to our community. It addresses sexual and personal assault, education, community, and there's one more. It's 5 pillars. I can't think of the other one, but
Okay. I was going to ask you if you made that up, Kevin.
no,
No, he didn't make it up.
no.
I was wondering too. Is this okay? Like,
No.
It's legit. Evidently, everyone's getting a holiday, and I said from the beginning of the year, this is a woman's world right now. And
yes,
we give you guys your props, not just 1 month like Black History. At least women's International Women's, I think it's 31 days this month. You got 2 more days than Black History.
Oh, I thought you said International Women's Week.
I did too. I was going to say they only gave us a week.
He said International Year of the Woman.
Yeah,
right?
International. See, you just Googled it. Yeah, it's International Year of the Woman.
Okay. We get a whole year.
You get something like that. Don't get excited. You get something like that.
Oh, I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Gina,
too.
that's right. We are excited.
Yeah, don't get too excited. We'll take it back down to a week.
Wait,
to an
whose
hour.
call is this? I thought we were the ones in charge. Okay,
You guys are
Margin in charge.
that's right. We get to choose.
Take it to our everybody. Say what's up to the life coach. He's giving us a poll right now.
J Real.
Hey,
Wait,
what's going on, y'all? Man, my computer been tweaking, yo. It's getting
I
on
like
my
that
nerves.
pose though. That was a good pose.
I wish I could have seen it on my end at least.
Go back when the show is over.
Man,
I want to give a shout out to my brother Robert, man. Always got my back, okay? Good, bad, indifferent. Always got my back. Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, baby.
Hey.
See that? That was dripping with 12th grade. Hey, baby.
Greg's face.
Y'all
He's
funny,
still
man.
like, wait a minute. One
Hey,
trying to
Rob.
get all that in there.
Hey, Robert. Hey, baby.
That's right.
I know he over there laughing. Boy.
oh yeah.
That's my guy, though, man. Okay.
Hey.
Blood couldn't make us no close. That's my brother right there. Appreciate you, Rob. Carl's saying we should check out some of these Gary cartoon artists. They have funny content. We have to check it out. I can't play the content right now, Carl, but maybe if I load it up, maybe on a future show, we'll get them all. We'll get them on here.
You have to show us send us some of their work, Carl. I'm not familiar with them.
What was the one?
Yeah, he sent a couple of links. If anybody want to watch it, I'll keep it up here for a second or two. There's one of them. Get it. Don't stop. Get it. Don't stop. This is relationship. We're going to do relationship money. We're trying to wait for Miss Kim Roddy Norton to get on here and talk about her event. That's one of them. Here's another one. Y'all check it out. Let me know if we should do a cartoon show with these guys. All right.
Yeah.
If we do,
didn't we?
I'll reach out to him. Yeah, we did one, but and he's asked to come back on, and I'll talk about that when we're off.
Yeah.
Cartoonist?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did want to talk about it when we're off. All right. I mean, he's trying to make a comeback with his stuff, but I'll talk about it when we're off. Okay. Anyway, while we're waiting on Kim, I hate to start the relationship and then have to break into it, because Kim's gonna come into it. So, Marcy, see if you can get if she's ready. All right. But I will ask one of these questions. All right, let's get one of these out the way real quick. If I can find it, actually.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, what?
I'm going to send you a copy of my manuscript with the 52 cards in it. so you can use some of those questions.
He's like, you need content? I
what are you
got it
gonna
right here for you.
I
What are you
got
gonna
you.
What are you gonna say?
I
Yep.
got you. I got 52 cards, and the Joker ain't
Exactly.
one.
Well, I actually have a list of
Two
180 questions.
So there, it's 80.
Oh, it's
Gina,
80 questions.
No, I
Gina,
got
80
180
Gina,
questions. I had to
Gina,
break it down to 52.
180.
look into my face.
28 off. So one of the questions that was in the link is would you be in a relationship if the kids don't like it?
Hmm.
That'll be kind of hard, I would think.
Why?
You know, depending on how old they were and what the reason, their reasons were.
So Marcy, if it was a 16, 17-year-old son came up to you and be like, so you like my daddy?
Stupid.
So you like my daddy?
Like my daddy?
I mean, you. It's just, look, you're not dating the kid, you're dating the parent. Okay.
Correct.
The other side about that is, yeah, you got to get to, because it's a package deal. But if they don't like you, that's on them. Would you leave the relationship?
It depends on the relationship between me and the guy. That would be definitely would be a conversation, because we would need to see what the reasons were that they didn't care for me. If it's just because my mama said that, something from the mom, the ex, that's a little bit different.
Maybe because you're light skinned.
You know what?
I'm just saying that could be a reason. Maybe because you're light skinned.
You know what? That's not really a reason. I would first, if I really cared for this person or thought that they cared for me, I would try to see with some time if things would get better.
You can get darker
first. If things would get better with the relationship with the child, but if I'm trying to deal with someone and I knew the children, whether teenager or younger kids, didn't really care for me, I think that would be an issue for me. I'm trying to think back. I don't think, because I've dated guys that actually had custody of their children, and it was I never had any trouble. Actually, when we broke up, they wanted to come with me.
They're like, please take us with you.
I was like, they really liked me.
Where you going?
Bet on the other side.
Where you going?
So, Jeff, what about you, man? You married? I know you're married now, but what if? Let's use the what if situation, and she had 4 kids.
It would actually depend on my commitment to the relationship. If I was looking at the relationship long, remember the movie with Ice Cube, and he was trying to hit up on this girl. They had 2 kids, and the kids were doing everything to break them up. Remember that?
Yeah, that was. Are we there yet?
Yeah, are we there yet? It all depends on my commitment to the young lady, because I'm good. I'll win the kids over.
Yeah, it's like that. Jeff,
yeah.
But the question was to you.
Well, my thing is, kids can learn. Kids will learn to like whoever it is. Sometimes kids can give resistance based on like maybe a previous situation that was there before you even got on the scene. You know what I mean? So you got to allow kids to like. You don't have to win approval, but from what I normally see, kids will like you or gravitate you based on how you end up treating the parent. You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, you go ahead, you treat the parent with respect. You go ahead, they're like, okay, you treat my mom or dad with respect. I kind of like you because you doing good and right by them. Okay, let me see what this adult is about.
Hey, dude, you was looking like Cuba Gooding Jr. when you froze up for a second there, man. Just I ain't gonna tell you which movie though. Hey, Byron Patton.
You was gonna say radio, man. You was gonna say radio.
Go ahead, Byron in there.
Respectful behavior is the only thing owed to a child. If the child doesn't like me, it's incumbent on the parent of the child to figure out what the issue is.
Go ahead, Byron Patton. He coming with.
Oh my goodness!
And that's the truth, though. That's exactly what I was gonna say. It's really up to the parent, because you're new. And so it's up to the parent to figure out what's going on, and also to let that child know, look, that the child doesn't have to like you, but they have to respect you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But-
they may never like you, but if the respect is there, I think it still can work.
That's true. That's true.
What say you, Moby?
That actually is our situation. All of us. We brought two families together.
Your kids don't like you?
No. Don't start, Kevin. Don't start. I'm gonna go get a full deck on you.
That was cute. That was cute.
Touche, sir.
Good job.
Now, that was a situation with us. We brought two families together, and it wasn't. I think it was my daughter, the youngest daughter. She had some issues at first, but as time passed, it changed. A whole lot of that changed, and just like Gina said, it's on the parent. It was on me to let her know that, hey, your mother's not here, and it's us. I had to explain it's us. It's not them. It's not that. It's us. It's everybody. I'm not giving you less love. I got to give you all the love that I'm giving you, no matter what. And that was the youngest daughter, because she was daddy's baby. She knows she had daddy wrapped around her pinky finger. So
there's gonna always be some feelings.
Yeah, but you gotta talk to them.
When you bring that family together, somebody new into the family, and it's, to me, it's the growing pains. That's the growing stage of a relationship. And that's where you're going to make or break that relationship in the beginning. If you don't handle it correctly, or you sweep it under the rug, it's not going to turn out well.
It's not going to grow.
Yeah. And it's all on the adults in the relationship. And the kids are always going to have some type of adjustment to change. And sometimes change doesn't come overnight. But it depends on how the adults handle it. And when you are blending two families, the dynamic of that relationship will dictate the relationship with the kids and who they bring in.
And they were young enough too. They were 4 or 5, and they were really young. So and you got to also, you have to put, if you got teenagers and you go in, that's a whole different dynamic. Because it could be a flag jumping up, from that girl, especially the females, from a guy coming into a relationship. She might be throwing a flag and don't want to say nothing because she thinks she's going to get in trouble. This dude might try to hit on her, 2 or 3 days after they got together. So you got to communicate.
And that's why it's so good not to bring people around your children. Because sometimes, correct. Unless you know that this is serious, because a lot of times you have people bringing in, this is Uncle Greg, Uncle Jeff, Uncle Kevin, Uncle Maurice, Aunt Marcy, and Aunt Gina, and they get to the point where it's like they think someone's going to be there in their lives, and they get used to this person, and then you change,
and they're gone.
That's it. Yep.
For kids to go through that, even as teenagers, that's a lot on these children, and that's why you should not be just bringing. Okay, this is who you with this month. Then the next person. Well, what happened to Greg? Those
relationships are real. Those relationships are real, and they strong.
Let me ask you a question on the piggyback off of this. When should you introduce mom's new boyfriend or dad's new girlfriend to your children?
Real quick,
a month.
Kim
took us a month.
All right,
a month. It took us a month before we introduced our kids.
Oh, I think longer than that.
I would, me too. And it just depends on the different relationships. It depends on the relationships and the age.
They were young. I mean,
of the people, the age of the children, the age of the parents, and just how that relationship is going on. Because for him, in a month, they kind of knew something. But then others, in a month, you still kind of like, maybe. And if you're just dating, you might be dating this one and that one, and this one, and not serious about any of them. And
I just did my son just totally wrong, okay? Because I wanted that barometer right there, okay? If my son felt good around them when I was with them, because I'm always protective, then that's where I was at. But you know what? Before we go on, man, I bet you that's Maurice.
Leave a message. Let's all leave a message.
That's not me.
Not me.
I want to introduce our guest, man. She's got a beautiful soul, man. I'm telling you, she's a wonderful. I'm so proud to call her. Gina, don't get jealous. I'm so proud to call her my sister. All right.
She was my sister too. She may not remember me, but we'll see.
Yeah. You're very memorable. Everybody remembers you, Gina. Okay? But
you must have been brought in before the breakup, Gina. That's why she forgot about you.
Nobody forgot about her. But she's doing fantastic work, okay? And she's being guided to do this work. All right. I'm gonna let her actually, Marcelo, you can introduce her.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I would like everyone to welcome our guest for tonight, Deaconess Kim Roddy Norton.
Let's go. Hey.
Welcome.
Hello. How are you?
Hi, blessings.
Bless you as well. And you know, Greg made a good point that Kim is out here, Deaconess Kim is out here doing great things, her church. And like I said earlier in the show, that there's a black tie event that's coming up March 12th here in Gary, Indiana. Kim, can you tell us a little bit about that, how this got started, and what it's really about, please?
Sure. Good evening, good evening. I want to say brothers and sisters, because we all are anointed by Christ. Do we not agree? Brothers,
We
agree.
agree.
Brothers and sisters. I just want to say good evening, and it is a pleasure. It is an honor to be here with Greg and my new friend Marcy, my new friend. So it's good to be here. I want to just tell you about this beautiful event. My name's Kimberly Roddy Norton. I'm a graduate from Westside, class of '81. Woohoo! So just want to tell you a little bit what we do. I am the event planner at our church, and so for years I've been just planning events, plays, and everything, giving back to our community. The proceeds we do, the fundraising we do, we give back to our community and our church. Right now, we're in the midst of our beloved pastor, Jacqueline Drago Hunter, has transitioned and went on to heaven. Amen. So she put this in my court 3 years ago, and she said, "Hey, we want you to be our event coordinator. Let's get together and do something for Black history." And I said, okay. She said, let's celebrate some unknown, she called it sheroes and heroes in the community that no one really knows about. I mean, you hear about them, but you hear about them like in a conversation, like a little conversation. Oh yeah, I know that. But to celebrate them, and also put in place a scholarship for high school graduates. We know that in this time, it is so hard for our graduates to get scholarships. And a lot of it is because of the COVID that happened. You know, you have to have high scores, this and that. That's kind of hard when you haven't been in school half of the year. Amen. When you haven't been on a desk with a teacher in front of you. So it's been extremely hard. So what we do, we have a black tie event, and we are honoring some of our community members, and some of you all know them so well. You know Anthony Williams, Pastor Anthony Williams, who is also the owner of the Chateau. I'm sure you all have eaten at the Chateau, some of you. He is actually someone that you all have to, you know him as the Chateau, but did you know he was a pastor, some of you all? He is also a community leader. He has built a community center, a youth center that's attached to his church. He has done wonderful things just during the COVID for some people that need it. And then we have Sister Pamela Key. Oh my goodness, beautiful woman of God. She is also the administrator of the Sojourner Truth House and for Gary. And that houses some women that have had domestic and their children have gone through some domestic abuse and also have lost their homes, their jobs. This place is amazing. Just amazing work she does. And then the youngest recipient is Aaliyah Stewart. This young lady lost 2 brothers to gun violence in the city of Gary. She could have just said, I'm not going to do anything, but she went on, and a teenage, and if you've been hearing about her, she's been everywhere on CNN. She's been on Good Morning America, just talking about how she wants to help Gary.
Well, Kim, how did you guys come about? How did they choosing them for your honorees, your
Well,
sheroes and heroes?
so yes, what we do, we let Gary some people know. If you know anyone that that you feel that is a community leader and that has not, that have given so much to the community, and you think that they deserve a little honor, I always believe give flowers to people while they're here. Give it to them while they're here. Our pastor, she won't be here for her birthday, her pastor anniversary, but we did so much for her, not knowing she was, and I know was happy to receive that love. So that's how we get it. People can give us, like now, if you know someone in the community, Northwest Gary, Maryville area that is doing something wonderful and awesome, and no one talks about them. Nobody goes into, they're not in the newspaper, they're not in Gary, they're not in the Hammond Times. But please get in touch with First Church of God and put Kimberly Norton's name on it, and that would be, we go over it and we would choose those people for 2023.
Okay, yes. And you said 100% of the proceeds for this event goes toward the scholarship fund.
All of it.
And how do people get nominated for the scholarship? How are they chosen?
What we do, we have a scholarship committee, and they base it on, first of all, they need to have a school that they have already committed to, and a school has already accepted them. A grade point average. So that's the best thing about some scholarships. Once you're at a certain grade point average, our scholarship would love you to remain a high C for your school year, your senior year. They also ask that you did some service. If you didn't do serve on a ministry at our church, did some service community at, helping someone at Sojourner Truth, a Brother's Keeper, somewhere just serving in your community.
Okay, so just volunteering. Okay, so this event is a black tie affair, and it's Saturday, March 12th, 2022 at 6 p.m. at the Chateau, which is 530 West 61st Avenue, Maryville, Indiana. Tickets are $30 for adults, $20 for children. And can you give us the number that you can contact for tickets?
Sure. 219-887-1177.
And if for some reason you can't come and you still want to donate toward the scholarship fund, you can always send donations to the First Church of God, 134 East 43rd Avenue, Gary, Indiana, 46409. And you will see the address at the bottom. Donations, First Church of God, 134 East 43rd Avenue, Gary, Indiana, 46409. And make sure you put down on there that is for the scholarship fund. So is this going to be something that you guys are planning on having once a year?
Once a year. One of the things we do, we start our scholarship fundraising, over the fundraising at our church. We started in August. It runs 5 months. This year we kind of got because of the COVID hit very hard. But we run it, we do donations those 5 months, and then we lead up to February, and then we do our black tie, our Black history, serving those, celebrating those that have served in our community.
Okay, and you have a guest speaker, and
yes.
Great. I'll be speaking at Kim's event.
It is not Greg Gray.
No, it is Bishop Grant. Bishop
It was
Grant.
a G. It was a G.
Yes, it's a G. Bishop Grant is an advocate for Black Lives Matter. I mean,
civil rights activist.
He is a civil rights activist on the, oh my goodness, Jesse Jackson is has said that he is the next next Jesse Jackson.
I believe it.
But he is, and he has been everywhere, just trying to let people know that, that we are people. We are people, and we have rights just like everybody else.
Hey, Kim.
Yes.
Let me tell you this. First of all, I'm so very proud of you.
Everything. Glory.
I've seen your story. I've seen your journey. I am so proud of you. Okay, but you are not the next Jesse Jackson, but the first Kimberly Roddy Norton. Okay.
No, I said Grant is, not me. He says
I'm
Grant.
saying, I know you said Grant, but I'm saying you're not there.
No.
You're the Kimberly Roddy Norton. You're the
Yes.
first Kimberly Roddy
God be
Norton.
glory.
You're going to do some big things, great things.
Oh.
We talked a little bit about some things that she wants to do and what she wants to achieve. So need everybody that's in the Gary area, Chicago area, okay, Indianapolis, Wisconsin, if you got to come to this event.
Yes.
And make sure that you celebrate. It's not a sad event. It's a celebration. Okay.
Yes.
Although Kimberly's what do you want to call them?
Spiritual. She's my spiritual mother.
Her spiritual mother is gone. Okay. She still celebrates her with this dinner, as well as the other people that are going to be honored at this dinner. So make sure you guys check this out. Chateau Banquet Hall, 530 West 61st Avenue in Maryville, Indiana, 6410. Kim, is there anything else you really want to get out?
I just want to tell you that it is a need. Some of the children that we are given scholarships from, they are bright and beautiful children inside and out. And it needs to be said that people would like to label our children as not being intelligent, and just label our children. But I would like to say that our children are our generation. They are the next generation coming up, and if we do not invest in them, then we will be lost. We will be lost. Everything that we have put in place, our legacy, if we do not invest in our children today, and now I am just doing the call. We have to invest in them. Have to. It is a need. Gary needs leaders. Maryville needs leaders. Crown Point needs leaders. Our children today are in a need of a great education. And it's just a need. And I ask that if you cannot attend, then even a donation, because that'll help. We have a young man, I want to say this and I'm going to leave. We have a young man that benefited from the scholarship. He just did 4 years. He was a cancer survivor, and now he's on his way to medical school for oncology.
Good.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Where can we send donations, Kim?
You can send it to the 134, our church, 134 East 43rd Avenue in Gary, Indiana.
And then for tickets for the event, you can call 219-887-1177. And when is the deadline for ticket sales?
Actually, it's Thursday.
Okay, so
I think you and I talked, and I told you today was. Oh my goodness! I told you the most of the time the chateau is very generous. They said they.
So the deadline is this Thursday, 219-887-1177. If you can't come, try to sponsor someone else. It's going to be a really nice event. And again, like Kim stated, at the bottom, you'll see the banner, First Church of God, 134 East 43rd Avenue, Gary, Indiana, 46409. You can send your donations and make sure you put on there that it's for the scholarship fund. And it won't go to a bad use. It'll be good for some students that need help.
Can you do PayPal? Can you do PayPal?
219-887-1177. And what did you say, Kevin?
Can you pay PayPal or Venmo money for the donation?
Kim?
No. I'm gonna work on that. I have some members that I'll work on that.
Okay.
All right.
Work on that.
Hey, Kim, we want to thank you, my sister, for inspiring us. Okay. Put a little feel good in there, man. Put a little feel good in there.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I haven't seen her since 1981.
I see you, Gina.
What you say, 1881, Gina?
All right, Moby. All right.
Silence.
I see Gina.
We are so excited that you were able to come and share with us with this event. Keep up the good work. Keep us posting on things that you're doing for the glory of God, for our communities. And again, thank you so much. And Hope to see you on the 12th.
God bless. God bless.
God bless you, too.
Thank you
God bless.
so much,
Thank you for
Kim.
coming.
You are
Yes,
doing
thank
an
you.
awesome
God
Take care,
bless
brothers
you.
thing.
and sisters in
Very
Christ.
good
Take
thing.
care. Bye,
Right.
Greg.
We'll talk
Bye-bye.
soon, Kim.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Blessings. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
all.
Thank
you.
you.
Oh yeah, have a good one.
She's
That
a
was
precious.
Kim.
Yes,
Kim.
that is awesome.
Yes,
She's doing a
that's
great
amazing.
thing. I mean, just anything
Hmm.
to help like she said, the youth and
Yes.
Gary and get them into a positive place
Right.
Hmm.
and for them to
And it's
know
not.
that there's
Mhm.
someone there to be there for them. It
Mhm.
makes a
Right,
world
right.
of difference.
And it's not just
Exactly.
Gary. Like she said, it's Northwest Indiana area. So
Yeah, we're
it's
gonna
all,
make it regional. We're
yeah,
gonna make
it's
it
all of the
regional.
area.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's make it
And
regional.
what's
Get
the
people
name of
out
the
there.
event again? Black History Month.
The First Church of God presents Celebrating Black Leaders Serving Our Community for Black History Month, Black Tie Dinner. Saturday, March 12th. Oh, you got it on here. 2022, 6 p.m.
Oh, I thought you was reading from here. I guess not.
I
All right.
guess not.
Mhm.
Also, hey, everybody, you can look on I'm gonna post it on my page. Look on
Mhm.
Marcelo's page. We're gonna
Yes.
support that, okay? Most definitely. Thank you, Kim, for
Yes,
coming on.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank
Yes,
you.
it was good
Marcelo,
seeing
good job.
her.
Yeah.
Marcelo, good job, girl. Look at Marcelo, man.
Yes,
There you go.
a
Marcelo did
great
that interview
cause. Great
thing. She did that
cause.
interview thing. Hey, man, I want to give a shout out real quick to my good friend, Lady Alicia. She was listening to. She's written a book. Jenny, you might want to check her out. We're gonna have her on one of these
Okay.
days. She's doing some great things. She's also uh, heading up a hip hop movement in the Midwest as well, man. Well, not hip hop, but I'm sorry. Uh,
R&B.
no, not R&B. What's the other one?
Neo
Soul.
Soul.
No, come on, help me out.
Neo.
Spoken
No,
word.
Pop.
house, house music.
Oh,
House.
house
House
music.
music.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
different. That's what's up.
House.
Wow, I haven't
Okay.
heard that
So,
since the
House.
80s.
House.
yeah,
House.
she's a
I
I
ain't
was
heard
in
that in a
You
while.
DC.
haven't heard house since the 80s?
House
Man,
music, the house
that's
music. That was from the DC area. I lived in DC
yeah.
area on
Girl,
base
that's
then.
how I
Killer
met
Groove.
Robert at a house
Killer
party at
Killer Groove.
one of those
With the
yeah,
house
house
music?
with the
events
house music.
House
Yeah,
music.
she's a
with the house
DJ.
music.
She's a promoter, and then she just wrote a book. So, hey man, we're gonna talk to her probably next week. Get her in here, talk to her, holler at her. You know, she's doing big things. All right, just as well as everybody else. It's Black History Month, the end of the month. Okay, but we still celebrating that 365, 24/7.
It's Black History Year.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it is.
Call it like it
Definitely.
is, Marcelo.
Black
Marcelo,
History
I'm
Life.
about to take a back seat and shut up now, man. Got some
All
other
right.
Keep
Black
talking.
History
Keep talking.
Life.
That's right.
sit back and shut up. Marcy doing her thing, boy.
Mm.
Handling the microphone. Go ahead, girl.
It's so special.
But did you hear the change in her voice?
Did you hear it?
What?
You
So I
went
think
to official tissue church
if we talk about the church,
announcement voice.
Did we talk
Marcella
about
get that. Marcella
Came
get
up
that.
with the
That holy
church
voice.
announcement
But I
voice.
said, and then we went down to the river, and then I
No,
said,
no. You didn't do that.
No, we don't need that.
Oh, we don't need to say.
Never
it.
get it
You
out.
didn't do
We
that.
did.
I'm a choke.
You did the church lady announcement voice. You had
She
that mug
did.
locked
She
and loaded.
did.
Well,
Mhm. Oh yeah, you had it
announced
going.
at my
Hey,
church. I'm the
but I'm
one.
telling you, it's on point. It need to be just right there. She went through the whole
Marcy,
commercial.
she
I was
was
like,
up there
man,
with all
That's
the
right.
saints and the Episcopals and all of them. Come on to the church.
He said
She was
Episcopal.
in there in the
Episcopals.
Episcopals.
you better stop
Okay,
it.
next relationship
Look, it's
question.
raining up there.
Shadrach, Meshach, and that big Negro. She was there.
And then-
Hold on.
Well, I have a question. I have a relationship
Oh, man.
question.
Hold on real quick, okay? Byron, with the previous question, he said when the conversation is being had on exclusivity, I guess, and the desire to achieve a long-term, I don't know what the hell that goes with. Anyway,
That one with
That goes with the
relationship
children.
question.
Brenda says hi, Kim, and
Right.
Carl says, hey, Kim. That's Kim Roddy, my T-Town sister. House music is from Chicago. Go-Go is from D.C. That is correct.
Oh, okay. So that
That
was
is
go
correct.
go. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
We used to
Every
run
Friday.
that.
Thank
We
you,
run that
Carl.
every night.
Carl, you better tell her, man. Carl, come on here one
Thank you,
day and
Carl.
play some music for us so we can get
Man.
Yeah.
kicked off.
All night long.
What'd you say? So we can get kicked off?
You already know.
Right?
I have a relationship
All day
We
question.
long.
will get kicked off.
Go ahead,
Mhm.
Marcus. What's your
Okay, so my question is, if you're dating someone, and this goes for male or female, because sometimes men have custody of their children, and you find out that the person you're dating is not paying child support or supporting financially their children, financially, mentally,
That goes
emotionally,
for the
their
men,
children.
right?
No, because men are getting custody of their children. So
But they
there are
ain't getting
women
no
out
child
there
support.
too.
They ain't
They're
getting no child support.
deadbeats. They're deadbeat women and
Oh
men,
Lord, I know
both.
about that one.
Right. So it goes both ways. Would you stay in that relationship knowing that this person is not financially, mentally, emotionally?
I don't say necessarily kick a person to the curb for not paying TP because, you know, you got to remember it's more than money.
That's why I
You know what
said
I'm saying?
mentally, physically, all of it. I mean, yeah.
I mean, if you supporting your kids mentally and going to visit them and stuff like that, CP ain't got nothing to do with that. You know,
That's true. You got to be present in the
That's
child's
more
life.
right.
I mean, because I know a brother that stood. He stayed 2 doors down. He came and got his kids like he was staying in the house. He didn't pay no. And I said, and I was talking to his his wife, well, soon to be ex-wife. I said, don't even bring the state into this. You know what I'm saying? You see what he's doing. He's doing his best. He's a little young fella, and he was doing his thing. He was taking care of his babies. There's 5 of them, and he took care of all 5 of them like he was still there.
And you know what? That's a little different, right? With that as well, because you said he's doing what he can.
Right.
I'm talking about the ones that are just deadbeat. Whereas,
Right.
you know what? Well, we ain't together. She chose to leave.
Why would you want to stay with somebody who's deadbeat anyway, though? I mean, you
Yeah.
got somebody that's progressive, somebody that's trying to do something
Right.
with their life. I wouldn't want to be with anybody that's not.
Right.
And just think about this:
Yeah.
if you
Kids
still
are not.
within those years where you're able to bear children, would you want that kind of cat around?
Correct. And the reason,
Exactly.
let me let you know where I got this question from. It was from a relationship group. And you would be shocked at, well, they're not my kids. I don't care. And I was like, wait a minute. So, like you just said, if you end up having a child with that person,
Right.
But you don't know that person's deadbeat right off the bat. I guess if you haven't done your
right.
your
But
That's
what I'm
true too.
saying.
Yeah.
Once you've gotten into the relationship,
Once
and
you
then
get in it, you don't. Number one, ladies, you don't have another baby with this dude. All right. And guys, you don't have another baby with this unproductive woman. That's just my opinion, okay? You know, you might like them and this and that, but okay, after you had that first baby and you see how they are with the baby or, you know, whatever, I mean, hey, get out, man. Get out.
I think that was our most frustrating thing. We both wanted a child between the 2 of us, you know, and we couldn't because the relationship she had with her ex, she didn't want no more kids by him. So she, you know what I'm saying?
That brings up another question, okay, about the past relationships, okay? If there was an ex that was volatile,
Crazy.
I'm not gonna call them crazy. I don't think that's crazy. I really don't. If they're so much in love and they're not ready to let the situation go, I'm not gonna call them crazy. I'm just gonna say that they're heartbroken, okay, and they just want that person back. But would you stay in a relationship if that guy or that girl kept coming around and, you know, interrupting the relationship?
No.
Are you reading Kanye's post?
No.
That man is relentless, isn't he?
The Ye done went out there, ain't he?
Man.
But he in the left field with a catcher's mitt like a mug.
wait a minute. Greg had to take a drink after that one.
This is Schweppes ginger ale. This is Schweppes ginger ale.
I mean, that's a drink.
And
Give me
no,
water.
I'm not
Ginger ale.
promoting them. I'm just saying it's just ginger ale.
Well, you are promoting them now since you brought up the name.
Yeah, so
they eat the right
Okay.
I'm
That's
gonna
all
tell
right.
you, Kevin. I'm gonna tell you this, okay? I really don't put anything up here unless I'm getting paid for it. But you know, right now I'm just putting stuff out there, like this creamy petroleum jelly. All right.
Oh Lord.
This ain't.
You came for the glide your stride with that. You are messed up.
This is not normal.
What's the pitch?
This ain't normal.
It's
creamy.
creamy.
This is creamy.
It's
petroleum
creamy.
jelly. Okay. It's just
What do you use that for, Greg?
Huh?
What do you use that for?
Put a glide in his stride and a dip in his hip.
I'll be there in 5 hours.
No, you
Down to the mothership.
For reason that was so smooth. That came out so smooth.
I like what Murray said. That was cute.
Oh man.
Hey, Carl Ramsey says sometimes relationships with kids is tough, especially if you have the male role in the family, but not allowed to discipline the kids. I checked. Get rough if the kids are out of control. Beat that ass. Do like Miss
say that.
But you gotta have. You got.
Really told. Oh God, Harpo. Beat Harpo. Beat him. I mean, beat her. I'm sorry. He said, "What I'm gonna do? Beat Oprah's ass." I mean, that's what he did.
He did tell her to do that.
and Oprah came back, you know, all my life. But by that time she had the Biggie eye, the Biggie Smalls eye. It was all over the board. I love you, Oprah. Pick up the show, Oprah. Take it to the old network. We love you.
Oprah Network.
And I will get to the promised land. This is Black History Year for Dope Living TV as well. So if and y'all, hey, go check it. No, I ain't gonna even say that. Let me stop. I said I wasn't gonna do that, so I'm gonna let that go too. All right, here we go. Something's wrong with my apparatus over here, so I gotta do it a different way. Hold on. I got it though. Talk amongst yourselves.
Marcia, you get the message.
Who had the bell?
Oh no, because I'm not trying to figure out what are you talking about?
You know, it's probably Maurice. You know, Maurice get all the sound effects and all that other shit.
Was that you, Maurice?
Yeah.
Come on, tell the truth. Yeah, see?
That was me, but the other one was not.
It wasn't? Okay, I apologize, bro. Look, do you think
maybe
y'all got a lot of good, it's a lot of good questions here. Thank you, Marcelo. Do couples in a long, this is a good one, because I need to learn from this. Do couples in a long distance relationship need to communicate every day?
Every day. It's good for the soul.
That just depends on the two individuals.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends on the level of that relationship. Yeah, if they're a committed couple long term, and the conversation is not checking in on them. The conversation is just a conversation. Say, I'm thinking about you.
Mm-hmm.
This is how my day's going, and so forth. And it is not necessarily needing or having to communicate. It's more the desire to stay in touch and to be present in the relationship.
So your answer is no, like Kevin?
No, it depends on the relationship. No. I'm just saying you don't need to communicate.
That's card number 22.
I was going to say, put a card out that deck.
That's card number 22.
Stop.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If you're at the level of the relationship, if you want to communicate, then you just do.
Mm-hmm. And I'm in agreement with that. It depends on the relationship and what each one in the relationship need and want from that relationship. You have some where it's like, look, okay, I can talk to you every 2 or 3 days and I'm good. You know, you can just text me, shoot a text. Hey, just wanted to let you know I'm thinking about you. Hope your day went okay. You have some want to talk to you several times. I'm just saying some people. Then you got the ones that you need to talk every single day, several times a day. It depends on the different people. Some people.
I think it depends on the depth of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think in the beginning.
How come it sounds better when you say it than I said it?
But you know what? Because one, I've never been in a long distance relationship. I would never do a long distance relationship. I'm not built for that. It wouldn't work for me. Even if I talk to you every day, it would not work. Like I don't want to. I can't connect with somebody far away.
If it was
Robert was in Chicago. Really, that's not long distance.
That's long distance. Let me tell you, man. With me, long distance. For me, it works, but I guess for the other person, it didn't. I was in a couple of them, and one just told me, "Hey, look, your words say one thing, but your actions show another." So I'd be on the phone. We'd be on the phone sometimes because. I'm busy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm busy and doing what I can't. I'm not gonna call every day. I'm not gonna text every day. I just don't. Can I? Probably could, but I don't. And being in a situation like that, man, I guess the best thing to do, as Kevin said, you can text somebody, let them know you're thinking about them, this and that, okay? And my every intentions are to do that, but it don't. And I was told by that other person, it's like your words are one thing, your actions speak quite another. So respectfully, I'm gonna bow out. I'm gonna get out of this. And
remember, checking in on somebody is where you at, what you're doing, who you with, what's going on. Right. Checking on is saying, how are you doing today? What's going on with you on a different type of level? I'm not really trying to just regulate where you, so I can figure out where you are, so that validates my feelings, so I feel better about myself because I know where you at. It's really me trying to see how you are.
There
There's a
you go.
difference
She's
between the
watching
two.
too. She watching too. Did you hear that? Don't
Watching.
it's not a point of who you with, what you doing, blah blah blah. It's how are you doing?
Yep.
Right? Remember that shit. All right.
But I want to address
You know
Kevin's
what?
issue because Kevin said, why did it sound different from me? Because Kevin, you said it depends on the people. I said it depends on where you are in the relationship. I don't think in the beginning of a relationship it's gonna be, I mean, personally, I wouldn't be calling anybody every day.
Well,
You know?
believe it or not, in the beginning of the relationship, you do things in the beginning of the relationship that you don't do when you're actually in the relationship,
Ooh, not
because
me.
that's called the setup.
Not
That's
me.
that's called the setup.
This is what you get right here.
Yeah, but
It
I'm
ain't
not
gonna
calling you.
change. It ain't
I,
gonna be no
I
different.
know in 15 minutes after
$600.
talking, I'm not calling you. 15 minutes after talking to you, boom, I'm not calling you.
I'm telling you. I mean, I want to put my real me out there because if this is not what you like, this is all it's gonna be. It's
But
nothing's gonna
that's
change.
let me ask you, when you first start dating your husband, how much did you guys communicate when you first started dating?
Well, we didn't communicate every single day because we were on different shifts, so it was impossible.
Okay.
He worked overnight and I worked days, so we communicated mostly on the weekends.
Jen, I have a question. You said you couldn't do long distance, and I guess you're saying too, as far as the calling, having to call in every day, and just to hey, how you, whatever. So, if you were dating someone, let's say not in the relationship that you're in now, if you were dating someone, say they lived in your same town, or like your relationship, one you live here and then 30 minutes away, he lived. Do you still contact and talk to each other every single day at that point, living closer?
Well, like I said, Robert and I didn't talk every single day because of our schedules, but we knew that.
So does it make a difference?
We made the weekends special because
Okay,
that's
so
when
Okay.
we got together.
Let me ask you a question. How would you react if he went 2 weekends and didn't call you?
He did.
No, I'm saying how would you
He
react?
did.
He made it through though.
I told you guys, Robert ghosted me when we first started dating.
Oh, that's right, you did.
He ghosted me.
Smart,
But you
man.
know what? The one thing that really struck my heart was, even though we didn't talk every day, he always sent me a text at the end of the night. Before I went to bed, he always sent me a text, with something like, I hope you had a good day, or,
Okay.
Hope you're doing well, something like that. So
See, that's all it
it's like
takes,
Jeff said,
That-
he will
that's the
not
same-
reassurance.
check on
That
you.
that's the same thing. That's the same thing as a phone call. If he did it every day, he called you.
Everybody
He
don't
checked.
feel like it's the same thing as a phone call, do they, Greg?
Why you point?
Don't get him in trouble.
Putting Greg in the spotlight.
Hey.
Can I ask you? Can I
Keep
ask
my
you?
brother out of it. Keep my brother out of it.
Can I ask a question? Since we're
Oh, man.
in this panel, and this is not on the list. Do you guys deserve a phone call the morning after? I don't need to pull in the details. If we don't call for a couple of days, are we wrong?
I can get
Yep.
No, I don't need
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Why?
Because
Because what?
I might not want you to call. I might not want you to call ever again.
oh,
Okay,
What'd you
look.
say, Gina?
wow.
Look,
See,
if
I don't
if
have them
it's
type of relationships.
if
You
it's
know, the scale
if
of 1
it's
to 10, he
somewhere,
was a 2, and I don't want you to call.
Don't call me.
I wouldn't need a call because
Oh, not really.
I feel that sometimes people, sometimes people are kind of like processing information, trying to figure out what they want to do, all this other stuff. You analyzing, you're assessing, you really trying to figure out which way you want to go. Some people,
Right.
when you get in relationships, sometimes you don't want to just dive in. Some things need to marinate a little bit instead of just
Right.
saying, all right, let me
Need that
react.
space.
So I don't need a call right then and there to validate and say that, okay, you're gonna be more secure just because you got a call the next day.
Right.
That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the actions
I ain't in them type of
afterwards. If we
relationships,
plan to
also.
be together, you know,
I
if
call
we
it
make that decision together.
I call
Greg,
it
you
respect,
okay?
Jeff.
You
I
call
just
it what,
say,
Maurice?
I just
Respect.
say, hold up, wait a minute, because was that your minute, Jeff?
Oh, I didn't know you was going to hold up. Wait a minute. I ain't know. I'd have gave you spiel, yo.
You jumped the gun. Finish your thought, Maurice.
I was just saying, I call it respect. I mean, if you got respect for the relationship and the young lady, give her a call. Give her a call the next day. I mean, unless you're trying to, run off. You
And
know,
that's
maybe she was a 2 and you thought she was going to be a 10. You know what I mean? And you won't know if you're a 2 or a 10 until you talk to her. So
Y'all notice, Gina just shut me up.
Did I?
Look. I get a text every morning. Good morning, and that starts my day. Okay, lets me get a more productive day.
Right.
Get that good morning in, because I know that, and I know this sounds cliche, but all I want her to do is wake up. I got everything else. Just wake up. Let me know that you up, and I'm good. I may not talk the whole day at all. I'm cool. I'm cool with it. But at the end of the day, send a text, say, hey, hope you had a great day. Talk to you tomorrow. Here's what it is. But hold up. Wait a minute. I think Jeff got something to put some life coaching in.
Life coach.
Hell, I been it, bro.
Welcome back, bro. Come on,
Redirect.
give us the live life coach.
So really what we getting out of all of this is this, y'all. Once again, we hit relationships every week, maybe once or twice out of the week. And and it always stems on this. It's about the two people that are involved. Know your partner. Know what you're dealing with. Have the right conversations. Ask the right questions. Some people may require a call. Some people may want to text. Or some things you might figure out just because, let's say, it happened afterwards, and you like, oh snap, ring ring, hey, how come you didn't give me a call? I was waiting on you to call me. Hey, how come you didn't send me? I would like to hear from you a little bit, and then act accordingly. You know what I mean? Adjust. See what your partner would like. Now, if something changes over time, things happen. You know what I mean? Address those issues if it does become an issue for you. If you wake up one morning and you didn't get that good morning text, or you might happen to see that you didn't get that good morning text for about a week, address it. Talk about it. Say, is everything okay? Everything all right? You was doing this before. How come it stopped? Sometimes things happen because everybody's not going to be 110% all the time. We are human. We are emotional creatures. We have other thoughts that we have to deal with within our 24 hours of the day that just don't involve just the relationship. So be considerate, communicate, and know who you're with.
Redirect, regroup, and refocus. Right. That is his podcast. We got our own life coach, y'all. It's Jeff Rutherford. Appreciate you, bro.
Try to do what I can, man. Try to do what I can.
Life coach Jeff.
I want to say real
that
quick.
Whole week, man. I was crying, man. I wanted to be here.
You should have been there, man. You could have sent the videos like you did last time, but that's all right.
I know.
It's all right. You're lazy. Anyway.
Dang, Jeff, that's our life coach. You can't throw life coach under the bus.
Good grief. Slid that up in there.
I don't have a filter, so leave me the.
I almost spit out the juice. I almost got a camera full of grape juice.
Hey, real quick, Black History Month, man. I would be remiss if I didn't mention Ketanji Brown Jackson. Greg, who is Ketanji Brown Jackson, Negro? She is the nominee for the federal judge.
Oh yeah,
Supreme Court. We got look, man. It's slowly we putting pieces in place. Okay, may not be there when all the pieces fitting, but okay, we putting them in place, and we're allowed to see some of this. So let's celebrate her as well. Black history in the making, most definitely.
You know what's going to happen? She gets nominated.
What?
There's going to be a term on how long you can be a Supreme Court judge.
Yeah, somebody else said that. Somebody else said that same exact thing.
Right. They can stay there until the day they die.
There's too many others being nominated, and they don't want that.
Hey, I even got a
Yeah.
cure for the gun control thing.
Make the
You
bullets
want to change
expensive.
the gun control laws? Give every black person a gun. That law will change in 24 hours.
That's what happened with the Black Panthers. They already did that.
Well, they're
So
giving them to them in Ukraine.
Yeah, well,
one good
that's
thing
a
that
whole
may
different ballgame.
one good thing that may happen is that she might be that one key that will put Trump in jail.
Well, yeah, she was giving Trump hell before
Really?
that. Yeah, she was giving Trump
She
hell.
might be that key though. She now that she's
Do
gonna be
you guys really think he will do any time in jail?
I don't
absolutely.
think he's going to do any time.
I don't think so either. I don't think so.
Absolutely.
I don't either.
I don't think so.
Because I will tell you, any other president looked different from him. He'd have been in jail a long time ago. He has stolen papers from him. He has lied. He has
classified documents.
He has created treason, and he's still in Milagro.
Well, not to mention all about his assets and stuff. They told him he was lying about all that.
The grandfathers that are sitting in that big building are too much of a coward to fight to face the biggest sissy in politics.
Yeah,
And
he's
I'll
a big old oosh.
And I don't want to offend any gender or whatever. When I say the word, I'm going to say the man has no spine.
He don't.
And he has no heart.
He's a chicken.
He's a smart dude though.
He's not smart.
He's not smart. He's surrounded by
smart.
Well, it's not,
He's
I get
surrounded by smarter people.
He's surrounded by smart people. He's a puppet.
Yeah.
He's not smart.
Anytime he respects, let me tell you something. He respects that goofball over there that started a war. And the thing about it is, just like they talk about, how much does he get paid? 100 and something thousand rubles. What was it? 300 million rubles, and it's like $130,000. It's what he was getting paid a year. And
Who
you think
is
about that.
Oh,
come on! He got that hidden money.
He got hidden money.
well,
of course,
He had his money
Wait a
hidden
minute, hold
under
on.
family members and all of that.
Well, he claimed that wasn't it. So I mean, but my whole thing is that Trump respects this dude because he thinks he's ultimate power. That's another big old wuss that just happened to have somebody listening to him. And if you get enough people listening to him, just like he has over there, he has got plenty of control. You get this idiot that we got, that people start listening to him, we're gonna be in the same trouble. You think about that. This dude, he got kicked out of politics, then got put back into politics. Now he's doing goofball stuff. Starting wars for no reason. After the Soviet Union broke up.
People, period.
Killing children.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got to stop building our country on blood and bones.
Yeah, we do. We really do. And I don't know how people don't understand that. How people don't understand that, that are in politics to send folks, kids to war and then expect not to have no repercussions from those people's families. When you sending the people's family, their members to war, they're getting killed or coming back here. They might as well be dead because from here on down, there's nothing happening.
Behind every war is always an agenda. That's the thing. Behind every war, there's always an agenda. Somebody always has something to gain. And at the end of the day, it sucks, and I hate to say it, but since we are less than, and we don't realize how, and what I mean by less than, I'm not saying
we don't realize.
What I mean by less than is we don't understand how much power and control that we actually have when it comes to trying to run certain elections, facilities, all this other stuff. And power is in numbers. We don't get that. We rather just listen to one person, give direction, and give order, and we fall in line. So then we relinquish our power as people. We relinquish our power as people just to one person because we feel that they got all the right answers or just a title. But then we want to always talk about, well, we have rights, but we don't exercise them. We limit our rights to just voting and other stuff to that fictitious power that they give us.
Or, we could do just as bad as them, Jeff. I mean, not getting our butts up and finding out the truth, doing research and doing our own due diligence behind these crazy people. Because we put people in there sometime that ain't got no business being in there. I mean, it's been a couple of folks who done, we voted in it. They ain't got no business being in there. We was behind.
They don't look at the policies. They don't look at their track record. And that's what I tell a lot of people or ask. I said, have you looked at the track record of this person?
I got to ask a
How has
question
it
to
been
everybody
voting?
here after Marcy.
Well, have you all
How has
seen
it
that
been?
documentary 13th though
Yeah,
on Netflix?
yeah.
I haven't
And
seen that. 13.
you got to watch that because when you actually
It's
start to
deep.
see, when you
How,
start to see that these politicians, when we start talking about track records and everything like that, see, it's not the politicians that's writing these bills.
mm-mm.
They got
It's,
a company that does this for them.
well, you
And
got
the bills come back with the letterheads on them of the company. And then the politicians want to say that I wrote this for you. You didn't write this for me. You wrote this
no,
you had somebody else write this with a hidden agenda behind it to push
and a
what
paycheck.
you were trying to
I was
get
just saying,
out of
got
the
paid
deal.
for pushing it.
It got paid for push. That had nothing to do with the people. That had nothing to do with what we asked for. That ain't got shit to do with what we want. I'm sorry. I'm upset because
No,
that
I
type
know.
of stuff right
Yeah,
there.
Did you
It's
say
like,
shit?
yes, I did. And I will say it again too, because it's upsetting. Because when we have
I hear you,
when we
Jay.
have
I hear
when we
Jay
have the
real.
ones that are our age, we starting to shed a lot of light on this different stuff. And we don't care if we get censored. We don't care if we get shut down, because this is the stuff that's been going on for far too long. All we want to do is be heard, and we want to truly be heard.
You
Not
want
to
the
be
truth too.
yeah, we want the truth, not to be
Yeah,
pushed in the backbone and to say, "Oh, just
yeah,
shut up and conform."
yeah.
No, we got something to say.
Yeah, my
And you don't
son,
want to
he's
hear, so we're
around the
gonna try
same
to get
age
it
you
out.
are. My youngest is that same age you are, and he's like, "Daddy." I said, "Son, you got to follow the rules first before you can get to change them." And I always told him that.
And you
Well,
need
You
to
gotta,
get out
you
and
got
actually
to
vote.
follow the rules first.
Well,
Well, yeah, get his butt. Well, I've been dragging him to it since he was 19
Yeah,
years
but
old.
I hear a
I've been
lot of
dragging,
young
kicking
people.
and screaming.
I hear a lot of young people say it does. Even older people, it doesn't matter. My one vote don't matter.
I
Your
remember Eddie
one vote
Murphy
might be
saying
the
that.
one to pull it on over to where it needs to go.
But
And
see,
so many of you guys are saying that. It's I just don't understand. Those are the main people that want to complain all the time.
it's the reason why that conversation exists is because when they talk about voting, they think the only time that we should vote is every 4 years in our presidential
No, we got
election.
to vote
Mhm.
every
Exactly.
election.
If you want to make change, you've got to make change where there's boots on the ground. Your local
Exactly.
officials at that level where
Start at that level.
legislation, everything starts, that's where you've got to place your vote, position people in the school boards and everything else in order to get things changed. As long as you keep putting these people that say good morning to you in the evening and try to burn your house down at night and then ask for your vote, it's just like here in Pennsylvania. Dr. Oz is running for I don't know what position he's running for, but he has the same platform as Donald Trump, and he's saying it's going to make a difference. And the guy that opposes him is talking about, well, he's pissed off because Dr. Oz, said a positive tweet about Black Lives Matter. Both of them effed up people, and they're the only two people on the platform running.
That's when we should be offering up an alternative, a
yeah, but
good alternative.
the problem is because politics is so dirty, no one wants to go ahead and because none of us have a perfect life, and we don't want our laundry put out there like that.
Even
And
if it's dingy.
what we should do, and this is the reason why I said that. I said the other day to this person, I'm going to run on the I don't give a damn program. If
There you go.
Kevin did this in the past, I did that in my past. I don't give a damn. What do you feel about that? I don't give a damn about that either.
Well,
What
Trump did that.
I do
Trump.
care about is making sure my babies get an education that's beyond the government. What I do care is about making sure the babies that go to school that are fed 365 days a year, and they're educated by someone that cares, and we're not serving a test score in order to give their education.
Country, yeah.
Provide them with opportunities that when they graduate with a skill versus a piece of paper that said, you could have got the same degrees your freshman year as you got your senior year, and provide them with an opportunity to get a higher education or an avocation in trade school.
Right.
And then put a system in place to where if your parents, don't have perfect credit, you can still get a home outside of the hood where you can raise your kid in a safe environment where he doesn't have to dodge bullets coming home or leaving to go to school.
So then we need to go back to, in case you can't get out, what is going to be done for the urban areas where you are dodging bullets. You can't just move
What's got to
out of
happen
them.
is you got to provide opportunities in those areas where your homes are taken care of. There's more green plants there, and there's opportunity to go against. You're never going to beat the money you can make it legally, but you've got to provide an opportunity that basically says, look, your life can be better if you put into hard work and do more with your life.
Yeah.
You know, the thug life is only going to invite you to two things: prison or funeral. And you've got to be honest. And if anyone's offended by that, you know, that's your choice. But you also have to realize there are a lot of good people, you know, that have went through that life and says, you know something, I want my kids to grow up in a better life, and they've chose life over that life. So, you know,
And see, the
you know,
question
there's enough money that's being blown, putting rocket ships into space, that we can change the whole landscape of every hood in America.
Quickly,
If we choose to do that. If every business in every city took 1% of what they made in profit and put it back into beautification or education in the community, we would not have this conversation. Give them a tax write-off, 1%. Give it back to the community.
If they done what they said they're gonna do with the money that they got from the government, you know what I'm saying? It's billions of dollars that's going down the hole, and you asking where is it going? You know,
Well, I just want to ask this question. My thing is, why? See, we have these conversations. You know what I mean? We all have them around the round table, whether it's between the 6 of us or the 20 other people who get in the conversation, and they go ahead, they sit at their round table, and they have their own views and discussions as well. So my bigger question is how come we don't exercise the unity we have in numbers and actually create a system? We always, because hear me on this, we always want to make changes to the system that's in place. Whenever you have a system that has been around in longevity, such as this one, history shows and the fact remains that it is much harder to change that system
right
while you're in it because of all the legal crap and all the BS you got to go through. You know, if we would just sit down, have a mastermind, and actually create generational systems of wealth for our people, create our own programs and systems so we can all succeed, then we exit out all of that mess, which we call government. We can create our own standards. We can do all of that. See, I'm only one man talking about this, though. But see, I got a business partner who's really creating. See, that's why I've sat down in front of people who are actually trying to create new systems, and back these systems by valid information, and not just only talk about it, but take the time to look at how our system is, duplicate it, and try to make it better. Like, I sat in a think tank just last night. Well, my dude was sitting with a guy who know crypto, and they are developing a plan right now to where it's got to deal with crypto, real estate, and the whole nine, and it's the first of its kind.
Okay, but Jeff, let me interrupt for a second. Let me interrupt for a second. So, as they create these money streams, I'll call it, okay? There's people
not even a money stream, but I hear you.
Maybe it's the wrong word.
But I hear you though. I hear you. I know what you're trying to say.
Well, what I'm saying is, people don't want to wait on their money. You know, and if he's starting it up right now, people are going to ask the question. Well, the first question they're going to ask that I've heard asked is, well, how soon can I get a return on my investment? You know, they want it now. They want it back now.
But see, that's not the concept that Jeff is talking about.
I understand that, but I'm just saying that's for the uneducated. That's what they're going to ask.
That's the mentality they have to get out of. But this is the thing.
That has to be taught.
Most of the time when you get someone or a few group of people that's making a change like that, you're not going to bring everybody. You can't bring everybody.
That is the truth.
Once people start see that change is coming into fruition, then they want to get on the bandwagon. Then they want to be a part of it, and then they want to help it grow. You know what I'm saying?
How do you sift them out, though? How do you sift them out? Because a lot of people talk it.
Because you know what? Personally, I'm not trying to sift them out. I'm not trying to sift anybody out. I'm going to take mine to the level that I'm going to take it to. Whoever want to come along with me, I'm going to bring you along with me. But if you don't want to come, that's fine too.
So you get to that level, but see, you get to that level, and they don't put their part in. They don't bring their part to the table. Once you get up there, they followed you all this time. Okay, when they get there, it's like, well, you know this and you know that. They get excuses.
But see,
Well,
that's
well,
not the
example.
kind of wealth we're talking about building. When I'm talking about generational wealth, when I'm talking about taking it to another level, I'm not talking about things like, okay, we're gonna take this money and I'm talking about building generational wealth, educating people on owning property, having real estate, educating people on doing things differently than the way we're doing it, because the way we're doing it is not working.
Not
And
gonna
it
work.
It's
costs
not
nothing for that.
working. Why do you keep doing it over and over again? Now, I've been in real estate for 5 years, 6 years. I have tried to teach people free of charge. I've tried to teach people the importance of having real estate, having your own property, not renting.
Yep.
I prefer to rent. I don't have to cut the grass. Small mind.
But the thing,
Or they don't have to fix nothing.
the conversation, even with what Jeff is talking about, he's creating a system that still overlooks the people that are at the level where hope is not present, because you've never been able to live beyond each weekly or bi-weekly paycheck, because you don't know how to create a budget. You make a nickel, you spend a dime. You don't understand that if you buy a carton of cigarettes, that over 30 years, when you can take a brand new baby and take that same carton of cigarettes and invest it once a week, that you'll have over $146,000 to put into a college fund. But they've blown that over time. They don't understand that smoking cigarettes is taking away their life when they could take that money and actually make a life. So the thing is, you've got to educate people on, when you talk about generation wealth, is how to be owners of something, and then add on to that to where someone else will pay you for owning what you own. Because just because you own a house, that's considered a liability. When you own 2 houses and you rent it out, that's an asset.
All right, go ahead, Jeff.
Exactly. So, because the thing is, what's getting misconstrued here is, it actually had nothing to do with wealth. It had nothing to do with what I was saying. Had nothing to do. He knew it didn't have nothing to do with it, but he threw that as an example, and we ran with the example, because the baseline of what I was saying was more so. See, when you create a system, you don't create it just for wealth. You create it for the benefit of everyone. So when they learn, we all get the same information. We all reap the same benefits.
But the biggest thing with creating that system is the same way that Wall Street created the system. As soon as we get a system that's working for us, the system that's presently works against us to destroy it. Because as long as we have our legal system and justice system, soon as we get ahead, there's so many different laws on the book that contradicts our freedom or jeopardizes our freedom. I mean, they can still shoot us without cause, and without videotape, or even with the videotape, it could be justified. So unless we get some of these laws off the books,
but
Kevin, this is a different type of think tank, Kevin,
that can work in our benefit. But guess what? Put it in the book, Black folks ain't gonna read it. Read and learn. There's a lot of laws that can benefit us just like they benefit everyone else. They are there.
I agree.
You don't have to change anything. You can get around it just like everybody else is getting around it.
Well, that's what most of us have done anyway.
Your benefit just like everyone else is.
That's what most of us on this panel has done anyway. We have gone against the system, and we figured out a way to carve out our little niche where we're beating it.
And like, for instance, there's the system we live in shows us to, like, we learn about debits and credits. I throw this out there as an example. We learn about debits and credits. But the thing is, when we actually apply the same system and you start looking at yourself as the actual big entity, think of you as the person as being able to operate as a larger entity, being able to operate as a bank. Think like the bank would think in order to make money. This is how we change the course of generational wealth. A debit is your own money when it's paid out and it's issued when it's your own money. But a credit is money that is borrowed. See, what you want to do is, let's say if you have a credit card, for instance, me and my baby just watched a video about this, like before the show started, before I started having all these dang technical difficulties and issues. What happened was this white man got on here. Before the hand chop, So this man got on here and he said he only operates in using credit cards. He does not believe in using a debit card. And he gave his notion because of this. He said, if I use my credit card, that's not my money. He said it's somebody else's. But wait, listen, this man got money, yo. So there's a way to actually manipulate it and do it. On any bill that you have, it said this note is supposed to be responsible for all debts being paid. So hear me when I say this. Why would you walk around this? And this is a different way of thinking. So I'm asking this question. Why would you walk around with $100 in your hand and you say, look, I can buy this TV for $100, which is going to depreciate in value and in wealth over time, when you can buy something in credit, okay? The same stuff in credit. You build up your credit score. You actually use the note. You use the greenback paper note for actually what it says on the bill, that it's supposed to cover debt. Credit is a debt that needs to be paid. You use the greenback money to pay the debt as it's supposed to be. You don't use that to fund your assets.
Now hold that thought, because that brings up a thought for me. Let's continue this conversation tomorrow.
Okay.
Let's everybody fuel up.
Yeah, because I had a panel.
When I say fuel up, I mean fuel up with this conversation in mind. And then let's call it financial freedom, or not necessarily financial freedom, but I'll make up something that's dealing with this. But let's talk about that. Jeff, you got somebody that they can come on and speak on it with it tomorrow. Let's do that. Bring them on, Maurice, Marcelo, Kevin. Any of you guys got anybody that want to come on and add to the conversation? Let's do it. Okay? I think it's an important conversation that needs to be.
It is a very important conversation
in 2022, where everything seems like it's going haywire. And right now we are in charge. Well, not in charge. We are trying to control what happens to us financially. So I think that we should talk about that. Jeff, let's get out of here, man.
All right, y'all. Like as we said before, to go back to the relationship thing, man. Like I said before, know your people. You know what I mean? Ask the right questions. You know what I mean? Just know your partner. Be with somebody you can build with. Be with somebody who will appreciate you for who you are. You know, because at the end of the day, like we always say on the show, all we want to do is find somebody who can love us and appreciate us. And if you take that opportunity to show that same respect to someone, sometimes you might not get it back, but keep going. You just might.
Bo Shizzle. Kevin, what you got?
I'm just going to say that whoever you invite into your life, make sure you've got your life together before you add someone into your life. Because if you're not being authentic, it's time to work on you before you invite someone to help you work on you.
Good night, Brenda.
Well put. Moby, what's up?
Well, this is what I got. I got this. If you're going to start a relationship, and you know some of the things that we were talking about tonight going to be brought up in that relationship, kids, past behavior, deadbeat dads and moms, you got to make sure you check that out. I mean, because you don't need no more unhappy nothing in your life. Period. That's what I got.
What's up?
Just want to say to parents out there, bringing your children into your relationships, or bringing someone else into your relationships, be careful who you bring in and who you leave your children with. They're not always who you might think they are. Sometimes they're not who you think they really are. Be very careful. We're in crazy times right now. And just be careful who you end up with, because a lot of times people are wearing masks when you first meet them. And it takes time to grow and to get to really know a person truly, especially before bringing children into the mix.
Absolutely, man. What I'm going to close with is a couple of things. First of all, needs and wants. All right. we feel like we need somebody. And then, there's sometimes we just want the person. We want this person for peace. We want this person for comfort. We want this person to talk to. I think the needs sometimes outweigh the wants, and vice versa. Sometimes, it's a mixed bag. Okay, but either way, just as everyone here on the panel has said, know who you're dealing with in life as well as in relationships. Your life as well as in relationships. Know who you're dealing with. It's not a process of vetting someone. It's just having a quick conversation with them, and you get to know if this is the person that you want to be in your circle or not. It's the vibe that you get sometimes. So just be careful. Be careful. But once you get into that, be happy and make sure that you make that person that you're dealing with feel like they are the most important person in the world. And in turn, they'll do that same to you. You guys protect each other's souls, and it's going to be a good thing. All right. Tomorrow, we're going to continue the conversation that these gentlemen and these ladies were starting. I think it's very important that we learn how to financially take care of ourselves. So if any of you out there, I think it's going to be a very good conversation. Come back tomorrow, comment, do what you got to do. All right. We'll be here. All right. And don't forget, Kimberly Roddy Norton is a part of this event, or actually leading this event. It's Black History Month. It's a black tie dinner, Saturday, March 12, 2022 at 6 p.m. They're going to be honoring some community leaders. So get there. You can call her.
Tickets until Thursday. You can buy tickets until Thursday. You can call the church, which is 219-887-1177.
The Holy Ghost just took over. Y'all see that? Just stop me. But yes,
your job is in jeopardy.
Tickets are $30, children $20. So it's for everybody. Y'all come out there and support, okay? My sister Kimberly Roddy Norton. We had a great show today. I don't know what happened to Gina, but she had to pop off. I'll see if she's okay. And we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Okay, it's DopelivenTV Live. We're out.
Peace.
Peace.